Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been so absent on YouTube, and honestly I can't really make up an excuse for it. I've just been super busy with life, and this nose highlight though, yeah. It's kind of late to be putting up my February favorites, but I have so many favorites to share with you guys, and favorites that honestly I consider them pretty much holy grail. I've been obsessed with these products so much lately, and I felt like you guys should know because duh, I want to share what's really amazing to you guys so that way you guys get to try it. So without further ado, let's just jump into my favorites. My first favorite of the month has been a pretty much holy grail foundation to me, and this bad boy has been abused every single day since the day I got it. This is the Elcie Micro Silk Foundation, and I'm not gonna say halfway done, but okay, so I've used up this much, which is kind of a lot considering when I got it. And yeah, I think I've only had it for a month, but I swear to you guys, every single day I've worn this and I love it so much. I got mine in the shade Warm Ivory. This is what it looks like. Has a pump. Mine is super dirty. I love the packaging. It is a glass bottle. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Elcie makeup line, this is by Makeup by Lilith on Instagram, and I think she also has a YouTube for Elcie Cosmetics. That's with this thing. It's more on the matte side, so if you're not a fan of matte looking or satin looking foundations, then you probably won't like this. Sorry, that's my phone. Yeah, so you probably won't like it, but I love this. It makes your skin look so flawless. It's so lightweight. You don't feel it on your skin. And what I love about it is that I feel like my skin can really breathe in it. But it still looks flawless. It's definitely buildable. You know those foundations that say that they're buildable, but then once you start building it up, it looks cakey? This does not do that. You can have the lightest of light coverage and build it up to a full coverage, and it still looks naturally flawless. So I love this. Holy grail. I'm obsessed with it. Just obsessed. My next favorite is actually a cream corrector. I feel like correcting your skin has been such a rave, or like such a trend that everyone's into lately. And honestly, I've been correcting, I think, for the past year and a half. You guys know, with my Bobbi Brown Peach Corrector. I absolutely love it, but I found this new item that I cannot stop obsessing over. I love it more than the Bobbi Brown Peach Corrector. This is, and I hate the size of it, it's so tiny. It kind of reminds me of like a deluxe sample size, but I promise you it's full size. This is the box, but this is the Cover FX Correct Click Cream Corrector, and I got mine in the shade Orange. They have a lot of different colors, and honestly I was gonna purchase the color Peach, but then I went in store to swatch it and it wasn't really peach. It was like a pinky color, and I'm not a fan of using pink under my eye just because I feel like it doesn't really do anything, and I don't know, it just doesn't work out for me. So I ended up going with the orange one, and first of all, look how tiny this thing is. It's so tiny, but honestly you only need like the slightest bit to really correct your under eye. I haven't tried it anywhere else, but I hear that it's really good for any kind of discoloration, and I also have discoloration like in my mouth area, but I haven't used it there. I've only used it under my eyes, and I loved it. This is definitely holy grail. Okay, let me just swatch it. It's so creamy, like, ugh, I love it. A terracotta orangey color, but it works really great for under my eye, and I just love it. It's so creamy, so blendable. Obsessed. My next favorite is a powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard a lot of people raving about this powder for a while now, maybe more so this month. I purchased this on beautylish.com once. Kathleen Lights, I think she posted a post on Instagram, and she was like that this is her favorite powder ever, and honestly, hands down, holy grail. I love it. As you guys know, I think I also put this in my last favorites. Oops. I do really love this. I feel like it gives such a flawless finish. And I like it to set my under eye. but I also love it to set all over my face, especially the places where I get oily, so that's like my T-zone area. And I really love it. I love how there's really no color to it. It's really transparent. It doesn't even give like a white cast for me. I love it. I love it so much. Favorite, I just want to give the biggest shout out to Alexis for putting me on with this. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. You guys, if you have not tried this concealer, go try it, because I promise you, you probably will never purchase another concealer ever again in your life. This is the most beautiful, flawless looking concealer I've ever owned, period. I used to really love my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Before this, that was definitely my holy grail. Then I started using the Urban Decay one, which I'm just not a fan of. And this has completely changed my makeup game. I feel like my under eye doesn't look as creasy and as dry as it would with like other concealers. This really helps. And like, I haven't changed anything in my under eye routine or anything like that. Like, I don't moisturize as much as I should, but this is so perfect, and I feel like it stays put throughout the day. You don't see it like creasing. Like, if your under eyes crease, mine do, I'm not gonna lie, I have like kind of a little bit of wrinkles up in there, so they're inevitable to crease, but with this I see minimal creasing, which I love. Thank you, Alexis, for putting me on. I love you. My next two favorites are brushes that I could not put down in the month of February, and even to this day, it's like March 12th or something, I'm still using them, abusing them, love it. So the first one is the Morphe G2 Brush. I haven't used this in a really long time, because for a while the only tool that I would use to like blend out foundation or concealer or anything like that was the beauty blender. But I recently, like, I haven't really been into using my beauty blender as much, and I've just been using a lot more brushes. So this, obsessed with like tapping out my concealer. Not really to set my concealer, I don't know, I feel like this is just a little bit too big to set, but to blend out concealer, I am obsessed. It's so good. The shape is so perfect, and it blends like this. I'm not even kidding, like 2 seconds and your concealer is completely blended out. Next brush favorite is this Morphe M334 brush. And honestly, I've been using this to set my under eye, but to also set my face. And I know you're probably thinking like, this is a tiny ass brush, how do you set your whole face with it? But when I set my face, I don't really go around to every single area, just because I feel like that's really unnecessary. But the places that I get the most oily, or that I feel needs just a little bit of touch up, I'll go in with this brush and my no color, the RCMA powder, and just kind of like dust it in that area. I don't feel like I need to go all over the cheek and things like that. It's just, I don't need to do that. Next, I have two eyeshadow palettes that I've been abusing. The first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. It's what I have on my eyes right now, mixed with like, I think another ColourPop shadow. But for the most part, this has been my go-to palette the entire month. Today, I was just going through my collection and just seeing what I haven't used in a while, and I decided to pick this up, and I swear I haven't been able to put it down. I just love every single shade in here. And don't even get me started on the Too Faced Peach palette, girl. I can't wait till that palette drops. Like, I'm all over that. And I hear that it's limited edition also, so if you want your hands on it, girl, be like me and stalk that page. I can't wait for that palette to come out. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I've been obsessed with this palette. I guess there's not really much to say about it. It has every single neutral shade I will ever need in life, and I even love these shimmer shades. They're gorgeous. The next eyeshadow palette I've been loving is the Lorac Pro Matte palette. This is what it looks like. It only has 8 shadows, and I feel like no one really ever talks about this, but I love every single shade in this palette. And honestly, it's so simple. Like, these are literally all neutral shades, but they're all so beautiful, especially this burgundy color. and these browns, like they're your typical browns, but I just feel like they're so pigmented. I love the way that Lorac shadows blend, even though they do have a little bit of fallout, but I don't mind that just because I feel like pretty much every eyeshadow has even the tiniest bit of kickback, so I love it. And it's so cute and tiny, like, oh, it's so cute. My next favorite is something that I wanted to dislike so bad. I was so against it when they first came out, and then I fell into the hype and purchased it, and I swear I'm obsessed. So this is the Anastasia Glow Kit in That Glow. The first one I got was the silver one, the Gleam, and I really love that, but I don't love it as much as this one. So this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it everywhere. It's literally everywhere. But the pans are really big. Like, it's pretty much the size of my palm, I would say. Yeah, they're huge. So I think it's really worth the money. I think it's like 40 bucks or something like that. But it's really big, and honestly when I first saw them I thought they were pretty small, maybe like a MAC blush pan. No, they're pretty big. And I love all these shades. I don't use all of them, like the golden, these two up here, it's kind of hard for me to find a use for them, but bubbly and dripping in gold, which are the last two, love, obsessed. And they look so flawless on the skin. It looks honestly like you're beaming from within. I love these a whole lot more than their single highlighters, the illuminators, just because these are very buttery and very soft and very silky, I would say. Like, you can tell that they're finely milled. They're not like chunky or glittery, which is what the illuminators were, which is why I didn't like them. But these are very soft to the touch, and they look gorgeous on the skin. I feel like they look better on your skin than when they're swatched. My last favorite is a lippy that I cannot stop wearing. I think I've worn it for the past 2 weeks, pretty much every single day, and this is the Kylie Lip Kit Matte Liquid Lipstick in Candy K. I did purchase all the shades minus the red one, which I think is like Mary Jo K or something like that. But I love the formula. The formula is bomb. Like, I didn't think that they were gonna be that good, but I hear that the batches that she's making now is different than like the first batch that she made, like formula wise. But yeah, I don't know how the first formula was or anything like that, but I hear that it wasn't the greatest, and it kind of like crumpled off of people's lips, which thank God I didn't buy it because I would return it, I swear to everything. This one, it is pretty liquidy. It's not like drip, but it's not moussey like a lot of liquid lipsticks now. The applicator is pretty regular. It's a dope foot. It's not really flexible or like flimsy or anything like that. It's a pretty stiff wand. It's kind of small, but this is what the shade looks like, and ugh, obsessed. It's so pretty. I mean, it's pretty much like a typical mauve-y pink shade. Kind of matches my nails a little bit. And the lip pencil or the lip liner that comes with it is super creamy and buttery on the lips. Like, it feels so good. It feels way better than a MAC pencil does. And if you guys have tried the NYX retractable ones, those are really good, but they're just so creamy that they break so easily. It's kind of like an in-between. It's beautiful. I love it. But the liquid lipstick in general is just so comfortable on the lip. Like, I feel like this is definitely one of my favorite formulas ever. Yeah, and I love the way that they dry. Gorgeous. So that pretty much wraps up my February favorites. I know it's kind of late, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I will be around a lot more. Thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.